Hello, my dear. I'm so glad you're here. There's something so gentle and sacred about this moment. Perhaps you came across this message at just the right time, not too early, not too late, because something deep within you is ready to feel better, to live better, to open to a little more magic, a little more peace, a little more flow. Sometimes all it takes is a small whisper of hope, a new idea, or even a soft suggestion that life can be kinder, richer, more supportive than we've allowed ourselves to believe. And today, I want to share with you something very tender, very simple, and yet so very powerful. Let's begin here. Have you ever felt the pressure, the heaviness that comes when money feels tight? When every thought seems to wrap itself around worry? When your body starts to hold tension because your mind keeps telling you there's not enough of money, of time, of opportunity, of support? Oh, I understand that feeling. It can feel like you're carrying the weight of the world in your chest. But let's take a deep breath together right now, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's make a very loving decision to set down that weight, even if only for a little while, and allow a new thought to enter. You are not here to struggle. You are not here to chase or fight your way through life. You are here to receive. Life is meant to support you. You are meant to feel safe, cared for, and provided for. And that includes money. That includes the blessings of wealth in all forms. But the first step is this: we must believe that it's possible, that life is willing, that we are ready, that something good can come, even now. Today we're going to begin with something that might surprise you. Not a strategy, not a hustle, not a plan filled with numbers, but something soft and deeply spiritual. A shift inside the heart that says, I am open. And from that space, something wonderful can begin to happen. When we are open, we invite. And when we invite with love, the universe listens. It always listens. There is no punishment for wanting more. Wanting is a natural part of life. Trees reach toward the sky, rivers long for the ocean, and your spirit longs to expand, to experience more beauty, more ease, more joy. So let's remove any guilt or shame around this word, wealth. Wealth is not just numbers in a bank account. It is not greed. It is not selfish. It is life expressing itself as generosity, abundance, and ease. Wealth is a river, not a reservoir. It flows, and it is meant to flow through you, not stop at you. Right now, I want you to place your hand gently over your heart. Just feel the warmth of your own being. You are alive. You are breathing. You are connected to this very moment. And in this moment, you can decide to welcome a new belief. Say to yourself quietly, I am open to receive wealth in beautiful, surprising ways. You don't have to know the how. You don't have to know when. Your only job is to open. You may have been taught that wealth is hard to come by, that it requires endless effort, that it belongs only to a few. But these ideas are not the truth of the universe. They are echoes of fear passed from one person to another, like old stories that no longer fit the times we are living in. You are not those stories. You are a divine being, full of potential, guided by love, and supported by unseen forces that are always working in your favor when you allow them. The universe is abundant. Look at nature. Have you ever seen a forest with just one tree or a garden with just one flower. Number life multiplies, life expands, life gives freely, and so must you allow yourself to receive freely. Now let's gently shift into the heart of this. Receiving is not only about asking, it is also about allowing. Many ask, but few allow. And why is that? Because they don't feel worthy, because they think they must earn every good thing. But love is not earned. The sunlight does not shine only on the deserving. It shines because that is its nature, and abundance is the same. It is not a reward. It is a natural state that returns to us when we stop blocking it with doubt, guilt, and fear. To receive, you must soften. You must become like an open palm instead of a clenched fist. You must release the need to control every outcome and instead create space for blessings to land. This is not giving up. This is growing up spiritually. This is choosing peace over pressure. Surrender is not a weakness. It is wisdom. Let's take another breath together, and this time, feel yourself breathing in the energy of ease and breathing out the old belief that says, it has to be hard. You are not here to struggle your way into wealth. You are here to align yourself with the energy that attracts it naturally. Think of money not as paper or numbers, but as energy, an energy that responds to joy, to gratitude, to openness. When you smile at life, life smiles back. When you trust that you are cared for, you begin to notice the ways in which you are. It might be small at first, a coin on the ground, a discount at the store, a meal paid for unexpectedly. But these are signs that you are aligning, that you are becoming a match for surprise blessings. And here's a secret. The universe loves surprise. It delights in delighting you. It does not always need your logic or your plans. Sometimes it simply needs your readiness. So how do we become ready? Not by doing more, but by being more open, more relaxed, more trusting, more connected to the truth that says, I am lovable and I am worthy of support. Say that with me, gently and slowly. I am lovable and I am worthy of support. You don't need to shout it. You don't need to convince anyone else. Just let the words settle into your being like soft rain into dry soil. Let them nourish you from the inside out. Wealth is not something to chase. It is something to welcome. And today, we're starting with the most loving form of welcome, a quiet decision in the heart that says, yes, I'm open. That's all. That's enough. That's the doorway. And now, let us walk further through that doorway, because you are not just open to receive, you are ready to receive. And that readiness, that openness, that quiet yes within you is the beginning of something beautiful. My love, I want to share with you a little truth. The universe is not judging you. It's not keeping score. It's not asking if you've worked hard enough. It's simply responding to the energy you offer. When you offer doubt, it reflects hesitation. When you offer fear, it reflects confusion. But when you offer trust, oh, what miracles unfold. When you begin to see yourself as someone who deserves joy, who is allowed to thrive, who is safe in the arms of life, everything begins to change. Not overnight, perhaps, but step by step, day by day. Tiny shifts in thought become waves of transformation. Now let's explore the idea of money, not as a goal, not as a burden, but as a friend, a companion, a supportive energy that wishes to help you live freely, fully, and joyfully. Money is often misunderstood. We wrap it in fear, in shame, in worry. But what if money were simply energy, ready to meet you wherever your heart is? What if it responded best not to stress, but to softness? What if it came more easily when you were at ease? That is what I've come to know, that the more peace I hold inside, the more life finds ways to bless me. That when I treat myself with kindness, money follows. That when I believe in beauty, beauty arrives in all forms, including wealth. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't need a miracle plan. You simply need a new feeling, a soft inner yes, a gentle decision to stop pushing and start receiving. You are safe now. You are supported, and you are allowed to feel good about receiving. Wealth is not separate from your spiritual path. It is part of it, because to receive is to say yes to life, and life wants to give you more than you ever imagined. My sweet friend, now that we have gently opened our hearts to the truth that we are worthy of receiving, let's take one more step into a tender, magical understanding that money is not just a tool or an amount. It is, in its purest form, loving energy. Yes, money is love in motion, flowing, circulating, seeking open doors, responding to energy, and ready to serve those who welcome it with warmth and kindness in their hearts. So often people are taught to fear money or to treat it as something cold or distant. But money is not something separate from the rest of life. It is not cut off from love, from spirit, from joy. It is part of the same energy that grows the trees, lights the stars, and keeps your heart beating. Money is one way that life says, "Here, I want to support you." And when we see it this way, we stop resisting. We stop shaming ourselves for wanting it. We stop pushing it away with thoughts of guilt or fear or lack. Instead, we breathe into a new relationship. You don't have to force money to love you. You only have to stop running from it. When you greet it as a friend, as a gift, as a gentle supporter, you begin to see it arriving in ways you never expected. It no longer feels like a struggle. It becomes a dance, a rhythm, a connection. Think of how you treat a beloved guest in your home. Do you scold them? Do you tell them they're not wanted? Number, you open the door, you smile, you make space. That's how you welcome the energy of money. You greet it with peace and say, "You are welcome here." One of the most powerful shifts you can make is moving from a belief of chasing money to a feeling of allowing it. You don't chase the sun, and yet it rises. You don't chase the flowers, and yet they bloom. When you align with the natural flow of life, you realize that good things find their way to you, not because you demanded them, but because you aligned with their energy. Wealth does not come from fear. It comes from love. It comes from joy. It comes from those moments when your heart is soft, when your mind is quiet, when your energy is at peace with receiving. That's when the doors open. That's when life whispers, "Here is more." So let's say a little affirmation together, softly, gently, with presence. Money is loving energy. I welcome it with peace and gratitude. Let the words be a balm to any old fear. Let them soothe the parts of you that were taught to see money as a source of struggle. Let them open the windows of your soul to a more generous life. Now, let's move into something beautifully practical, something small and powerful. something you can begin today. I want to share with you a little ritual, one that carries big energy behind its simplicity. It is the act of writing a note, not just any note, but a love letter to the universe, a quiet signal that you are ready to receive. This note is your invitation, it's your message, it's your whisper of openness, and it's going to live in a very special place, your pocket. Yes, a note in your pocket, simple, ordinary, and yet, when filled with intention, it becomes sacred. You might wonder, how can a piece of paper do anything? But dear one, it's not the paper. It's the energy, the decision, the readiness. When you take the time to write a loving message that affirms your willingness to receive, you are sending a clear signal, not just to yourself, but to the energy of life itself. This note is not about begging, it's not about pleading, it's about allowing, trusting, expecting. It's your way of saying, I believe in surprise blessings, I believe in gentle miracles, I believe that I am supported in unexpected ways. And when you carry that note close to your body, it becomes a tender reminder throughout the day. Every time your hand brushes against it, you are reminded, I am open to receiving, I am ready, I am worthy. It has become a sacred practice, not loud, not dramatic, but steady and heartfelt. Let's imagine this together. You sit down in a quiet moment, perhaps with a cup of tea or a soft candle nearby. You take a small piece of paper and you write the words that feel most loving to you. Something like, I am open to receiving joyful wealth in surprising ways. Or, abundance flows to me easily and lovingly. And then you fold the note gently, like tucking a wish into the folds of time, and you place it in your pocket. And with that simple action, something begins to shift, not outside of you, but within you. The note becomes an anchor for a new belief. It becomes a physical expression of your spiritual readiness. You are no longer just thinking about receiving. You are embodying it. You are walking through your day with an open invitation in your pocket. You are aligning your energy with possibility. And the universe listens to that kind of energy. It responds not to desperation, but to clarity, not to force, but to flow. When you make this small gesture, you are opening the door wider. You are letting light in. You are saying to life, yes, I trust you. Yes, I'm willing. Yes, I'm ready for surprising wealth to find me. This is not superstition. This is spiritual alignment. When your thoughts, your energy, and your actions all say yes together, life moves to meet you. And now that you have your note, let's talk about how to let it work for you, not in some rigid way, but in a loving, natural way that flows with ease. You don't need to read it out loud every hour. You don't need to show it to anyone. You simply need to feel it. That's the secret, the feeling. Each time you notice the note in your pocket, pause just for a breath and feel what it represents. Let it remind you of your openness. Let it soften any worry. Let it bring a quiet smile to your heart. You might touch it gently and say, I am ready, thank you, life. Or, I welcome wealth with joy and grace. These are not demands, they are invitations. They are reminders that you have already done enough, that you are already enough, and that you are now allowing life to surprise you in beautiful ways. This note is your partner in trust, your quiet ally in abundance. It's not about doing more, It's about feeling more, feeling open, feeling worthy, feeling connected to the rhythm of life that always wants to bless you. You see, you don't have to struggle anymore. You don't have to prove yourself. You simply have to say yes, and keep saying yes with your thoughts, your energy, and your actions. The note in your pocket is one of those actions. Small, sweet, sacred. Let this note live in your pocket like a seed lives in the soil, quiet, unseen, but full of potential. Let it root itself in your energy. Let it bloom in its own time. And while you carry it, carry also the knowing that something good is already on its way to you. We are not waiting for proof. We are living in trust, and trust is the most magnetic energy there is. When you are grounded in trust, wealth begins to show up in ways you never even imagined. So keep that note close. Let it be your quiet reminder, your little symbol of belief, your message to the universe that says, I am ready now. And every time you feel it, remember this: life is always listening, and life loves to give to the heart that is open. And now, as your note quietly rests in your pocket, close to your body, close to your heart, we begin to enter a beautiful space where intention and practice gently merge. This is the space where your small ritual starts to breathe with you, walk with you, live with you. You see, this note isn't something to forget or toss aside after one day. It is something to lovingly interact with in soft, meaningful moments throughout your day. You don't need to stop everything or go into long meditation sessions, although you can if you wish. What matters most is presence. That quiet, intentional presence when your fingers brush over the folded edges of the note and a little thought stirs. I am ready. I am open. Life is on my side. These small moments matter more than we know. Each time you remember the note, you are reinforcing a new pattern within your mind and heart. You are creating a rhythm of trust. You are planting little reminders inside your nervous system that say, it is safe to receive, it is safe to hope, it is safe to be cared for. Perhaps you are walking to the store and your hand gently grazes the note. Let that be a moment of alignment, a moment of gratitude, a moment of invitation. Whisper to yourself, wealth is on its way to me now. Or, thank you, life, for the surprise gifts I haven't even seen yet. These gentle whispers are so much more powerful than they seem. They are signals, vibrations, energetic invitations to the universe saying, yes, come closer. I believe you love me. You can use these moments to pause and smile inwardly. Feel that warmth, that expectancy without attachment. You don't need to grasp tightly. You don't need to beg. You only need to allow it. Let the feeling of being supported, even when you cannot yet see the evidence, become your new foundation. This is the spiritual maturity of wealth. It is no longer about needing proof. It is about knowing. And your note becomes a steady companion on that path of knowing. A loving nudge each day to choose peace over panic, openness over resistance, trust over tension. What a beautiful thing to walk through life with such softness and clarity. What a gift to yourself to treat your mind and body as sacred spaces where wealth and energy is always welcome. Now let's take a moment to talk about what's really happening beneath the surface. Because this small note isn't just about wealth, it's about changing your relationship with yourself. It's about shifting the story you carry inside. It's about honoring your desires and no longer calling them foolish, greedy, or unrealistic. You are not foolish for wanting to feel safe and abundant. You are not wrong for wanting ease and joy. These desires live in your heart because they are echoes of your truth. And this little practice, the note in your pocket, begins to tell a new story, a story where you are loved, where you are guided, when you are ready. As you carry your note, your energy begins to change. Your body softens, your heart opens, your mind begins to expect beauty instead of disaster. And that shift, my dear, that shift is the foundation for miracles. You may not notice anything right away. That's okay. This is not about speed. It's about alignment, about grace. You may feel different in subtle ways, more peaceful, more trusting, more light in your chest. That's the sign. That's the beginning of wealth energy awakening within you. And when you feel doubt creeping in, gently return to your note. Hold it. Breathe. Remember what it stands for. It stands for your willingness, your belief, your partnership with life. You don't need to figure out all the details. You only need to keep the door open. Life will find a way. It always does. And sometimes it will find you through unexpected channels, a message, a person, an opportunity, a gentle nudge that turns into something bigger. But none of it happens through force. It happens through faith. It's so easy to think we must work harder, be busier, and do more to earn what we desire. But what if the most powerful thing you can do today is pause and feel worthy? What if the greatest magnet for wealth is the energy of gratitude, not effort? What if your peace is the most powerful prayer? The more at ease you are, the more open you become. And the more open you are, the more life pours into you. And let me remind you, wealth is not just money. It is support. It is friendship. It is a free meal. It is someone speaking kindly to you. It is a problem solving itself. It is an unexpected refund. It is everything that arrives to remind you that you are not alone. Every time you touch your note, remember that, and speak it gently. I am supported in ways seen and unseen. You are not meant to chase. You are meant to align. You are meant to become a clear vessel so that wealth can find its way to you with grace. Think of it like this. You are a beautiful garden. You do not need to run after the rain. You simply need to be planted, to be open, to be rooted in your truth. And when you are, the rain knows where to go, the blessings come, the abundance flows, because you are ready, because you are available. And now, my dear one, as we complete this journey together, let's breathe into one final truth, one that has always been here, just waiting to be felt. You are enough, you are safe, and you are ready. Yes, you are ready to receive. Not because you did everything perfectly, not because you reached some magical point of worthiness, but simply because you've allowed yourself to say, I believe in a life that supports me. I believe in loving wealth. I believe in miracles I cannot yet see. That is the energy that changes everything. So keep the note close. Let it be a symbol of trust, not expectation. Let it remind you each day that you are walking a new path, a path of openness, peace, and surprise blessings. Repeat softly as often as you like. Wealth flows to me in delightful ways. I am open. I am grateful. I am safe. This is your truth now. Let it settle into your bones. And as we close, I want you to know how deeply loved you are, not for what you do, but simply for being. Life adores you, the universe supports you, and your heart knows the way. Walk gently with trust, smile softly with grace, and keep your note close. Something beautiful is already on its way.